And they double up on it, Kumpo. It's stolen by Curry. Good, and Butler gets the assist.
And once Curry swiped it, he's off to the races. Terrific initiative.
Now well into his 30s. Is it fair to start wondering how many seasons Jimmy Butler has left, Grant?
Well, it's a fair question, B.A. But at the same time, Jimmy's hunger is just so different than everybody else's, which I could see helping prolong his career.
And there's the basket, and the whistle blows. Chance at a three-point play here. Going to the line for one.
And look at Giannis using his length inside, allowing him to beat the contact and get the finish.
That's his first personal foul. First team.
And that one falls for Antetokounmpo. Well, Grant, they say early in Giannis' career, he had to work not just on his game, but his attitude.
And that's true, B.A. It wasn't a bad attitude. He just lacked an edge. The ruthless mindset that all great players have. But, man, once he got that edge, he never lost it.
Curry gets the bucket.
When Curry gets a look that's good, he is automatic. There is almost no stopping him.
Starting to find his rhythm. He's cooking, and he knows it.
Yeah, when he gets engaged this early in the game, it's bad news for the defense. He can roll this start throughout the rest of the game.
Oh, Giannis dunks it home.
The reverse slam, that was sweet.
Ah, the finesse on full display. Butler on the wing. Offensive board. It's good on the putback.
I always love the hard work on the glass. Just great activity.
Here's Antetokounmpo.
Making his presence felt on defense. Curry with the rejection.
Golden State foul. Stephen Curry. First personal foul. First team foul.
Here's Milwaukee. And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
I was able to spend a few minutes with Doc Rivers. I asked him about Jimmy Butler and what his defensive scheme is for him, and Coach said to not let him bully us from the interior and mid-range. We want to push him as far out as possible. We have to play tough. Let's see if they're able to accomplish this, guys.
And Allie, thanks. Here's Portis. The Warriors pull it in.
Milwaukee foul.
And the call will be against Kyle Kuzma. That's his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. To the paint. Looney.
Bucks foul.
And the shot goes in.
Oh, what tremendous focus to absorb the contact and find a way there to finish.
Richard, it comes as no surprise that Golden State is routinely at the top of the league for made threes.
That's how this team has been constructed. They are custom built to rain threes on you, and we've seen it be very, very effective.
Here's Green. Rejected by Antetokounmpo.
Giannis puts his touch on every aspect of the game. Big reach on display that time.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jonathan Kuminga. That's his first foul.
And that puts them just one foul from the bonus.
And Giannis with the jam.
Beautiful play design. Anytime you get a dunk off an inbounds play, you know your strategy is on point.
Here's Kuzma. Good work there as it goes. Already 5 lead changes here.
Speaks to how evenly matched these teams have been thus far.
Curry. Takes it inside. Here's Looney. Second shot opportunity. Left side Kuminga. 6 to shoot. Here's Butler. And a missed layup.
And he's usually able to score on that type of defense rather easily. Surprising to see him come away empty.
It's Kuzma with the miss. The Warriors trailing. Outside Kuminga. Pass to Curry. Three-pointer. Oh, he nails that one. 3 for 4 now.
Even a half-court shot is a good shot for Curry. That's how good of a shooter he is.
And that's a foul. Hold on, Stephen Curry.
Second personal foul.
That's foul number 2 for him.
Team foul. Warriors substitution.
There's 57 seconds left to play in the first. Over to the left wing. Pass to Lopez. Banked it in off the glass.
And using that size to his advantage. Man, I like it when Lopez establishes himself inside and looks to capitalize.
Butler on the wing. Over Kuzma. No good off the back of the rim.
And he's very confident from that range, but you can't make him all.
Down low. Pass to Antetokounmpo. And there's a 3-second call. This one on the defense. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here.
At the line for Milwaukee, Kyle Kuzma.
And he shows the focus there. Nails the tee.
Pajemski.
19 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Here's Kuminga. Doesn't go, and he's 0 for 1 from the floor. Over to the wing. Back to Lopez. Here's Kuzma. No good. Would have counted had it gone. Giannis Antetokounmpo has been on.
14. The Warriors. 13.
Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after this first quarter of play. And to look at how the offensive approach has been going so far for the Bucks.
Well, they're off to a good start, getting it inside and scoring at close range. Solid fundamentals so far in this one.
Another thing they're doing well early on is passing the ball, spreading it around the floor and feeding guys who are well set up to score.
A big-time flush by Giannis.
Making sure of it with the two-hand slam, B.A.
Yeah, I don't blame him with the score this tight. You cannot take a chance here. Back to Pajemski. Rebound, Milwaukee. Well, Grant, from roster to coaching changes, the Bucks have been trying to become an even more elite team.
Yeah, teams are always tinkering now these days, B.A. The Bucks know they are a high-level team, but they want to dominate the competition on another level.
A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Jimmy Butler's such an all-around player. He said, I don't need to be a 40-point scorer. My role is to impact winning. I just control what I can control in the end, play the right way, stay aggressive, and do whatever it takes to get my team the win. And Brian, he is good at his job.
Well, playoff Jimmy is a real thing, whether he'll admit it or not. And how about Brandon Pajemski, Richard? When he's given the minutes, he can stuff the stat sheet.
Yeah, even when it comes to his rebounding, B.A. That's the result of great heart, great hustle, and great timing. His teammates feed off his energy.
And he's good on the second. All right, Grant, give it to us straight here. What's the deal with star treatment in the NBA, you think?
Star treatment? What is that, B.A.? No, I think some players have a reputation which might help them on 50-50 calls. And you could argue that some players have a reputation that hinders them on the 50-50 calls. So it really just all depends.
Just 3 to shoot. And Lopez gets it to go. Lopez has got his second basket.
A quality pass, setting up a quality shot. It's just textbook basketball.
Oh, Curry, what a tough finish.
How do you stop Curry? Well, in a short answer, you can't.
On the wing, Kuzma. He drops it from range. Kuzma's got 6 points.
When he has enough space, he's more than comfortable letting it fly from outside.
Pass to Pajemski. The kick out. Curry for three. It's Milwaukee with a rebound. All right, for those just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second. Antetokounmpo with it. He's covered by Curry. Oh, the streak of Giannis.
And you can see early on that Giannis wanted to be aggressive. I mean, he's taken over at the offensive end.
Inside. Back to Curry. Lets a floater go. And they'll keep possession. From deep three-point range. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time.
Warriors substitution. Gary Payton II.
Here's Milwaukee. They're on an 11-3 run. Back to Antetokounmpo. And the jam by Antetokounmpo.
Their offense is looking like a well-oiled machine, getting any look they want.
Right about that. Seems like they haven't missed.
Now here's Podziemski. Lays it up and banks it in.
Good execution. They're getting some short-range looks here.
Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. Knocks it loose. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Butler.
Warriors substitution. Draymond Green.
We've got 1:13 left to the first half. Here's Antetokounmpo.
Yeah, what a sweet move from Giannis. Just breaking down the defense there.
Outside Moody. Outside Curry. Back to Moody. Over Kuzma. Moody misses. Milwaukee leading by 11. Here's Sims. And there it is for him.
Transition basketball, the most reliable way to generate easy looks.
Yeah, when you hustle on the break like he does, good things tend to happen.
This has not been his best quarter.
Yeah, he needs to mix things up on the offense. He simply just can't keep missing shots at this rate because he's destroying his teammates.
8-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Here's Payton. The kick out. Curry.
Milwaukee foul. Jericho Sims. First personal foul. Second team foul.
Here's Curry. Oh, no good on the last second attempt there.
With the score.
And so it's the Milwaukee Bucks in a good situation, up by 13 points to close the quarter. The hustle they've shown on defense has been tremendous. All right, we'll get back to the action after this break. And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. The Bucks leading by 13. They grant the combination of Giannis and Lillard, one of the most fearsome pick-and-roll tandems the league has ever seen.
You're spot on, B.A. You surround them with shooting. You have the makings of an offensive juggernaut.
Here's Curry. Outside for Green. And it comes off the front of the rim.
Yeah, you have to knock those down. Open shots inside the arc are rare in this league.
Pass to Sims. Back to Portis. Here's Antetokounmpo. Tipped. Here's Green. The rebound by Sims.
great opportunity. Just couldn't complete the play.
And you have to feel for him. That's the kind of miss that will stick with you for a little bit.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Ryan, with the Bucs switching coaches midway through last season, Doc Rivers, experienced with star-laden rosters, he said, quote, "I resist thinking that you can't coach players. I have no problem holding them accountable. If you don't do it, you're not going to win." Ryan, the pressure is on to get it done.
Burden of expectations. It's title or bust. Thanks, Allie. And when you look back at the 2023 draft, the Warriors got great value out of their picks.
Yeah, I mean, they got Pajimski with the 19th pick, a versatile player who impacts the game at both ends. And they also got Trace Jackson Davis late in the second round. And he is a fundamentally sound big man with great upside. I guess you don't need two hands when one will suffice.
Hey, as long as you don't lose control. And again, no good by Golden State.
Shocking that he just bricked that one. The defense got real lucky there.
It's Gary Payton the second with a foul.
First personal foul.
That's his first foul.
First team foul.
Third quarter here, over a minute and a half into it. Pass to Lopez. And it's Lopez with the jam.
They've been very well-rounded and extremely focused.
Yeah, not just an impressive showing on offense, but on defense as well, executing their game plan perfectly.
Here's Curry. Antetokounmpo with the block. And he gets it back. Warriors trail by 20. Trying to find a spark here.
Yes, indeed. A rough stretch offensively. They could really use a basket.
And here's Antetokounmpo. He'll bring it up for the Bucks. In the second half, they've only given up one basket coming on the free throw. Now here's Antetokounmpo. Just 5 on the clock. Goes up with the strike. No good. A bit long that time. And here are the Warriors now. Pass to Curry. That shot missing. The Bucks leading by 20. Grant, Kyle Kuzma is an instinctual scorer who gets it done in a variety of ways.
He's especially skilled inside the painted area, but he's a capable shooter from mid-range and beyond the arc. Plus, he's someone you can rely on in the clutch.
Now here's Curry from behind the arc. Antetokounmpo grabs the board. Here's Sims. And it's Lopez with the jam.
Talk about strength and athletic ability. Lopez can maneuver against his opponents down low.
And he's able to get it back. And so it looks like the Warriors will retain possession here.
Warriors substitution.
Minute 32 left in the third quarter. And again, no good by Golden State. Kuzma outside. To the inside. Antetokounmpo. Blocked! Here's Butler. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Curry.
I wouldn't say Butler seeks contact, but he sure doesn't turn it down.
And that's a foul called on Stephen Curry. That's his third foul of the game.
Second team foul.
1 minute left to play in the third quarter here. Here's Portis. Ooh, dismissed.
Out of bounds.
And it's out of bounds to the Bucks as Milwaukee retains possession.
Substitution for the Warriors. Moses.
Here's Antetokounmpo. He's got 21. And yep, that's going to be a flagrant one. Unnecessary contact.
You know, it's just hard to watch a player put the well-being of an opponent at risk. He rightfully earned that flagrant.
Yeah, the officials are all over that one, sending a clear message that that kind of roughness is unacceptable. And he makes the first, but misses the second.
And Giannis will just about do anything the coaching staff asks. A true team player.
tough possession there. They stayed with it, just couldn't make the shot. Pass to Moody. The three is up. It's all in by Portis. Milwaukee leading by 21. And here is Kuzma. Out left to the wing. To the middle. Warriors with the rebound.
That's a rarity for him, especially against the soft defense.
Kuminga up top. 4-3. Antetokounmpo grabs the board. Lets it fly. Curry with the block. Up in time. Off target. And so it's the Milwaukee Bucks. They're feeling.
Your Bucks. 42. The Warriors.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that, to this point, has not been an evenly fought contest.
A big round of applause for your Bucks to dancing.
Warriors trail by 21. The three is up. Giannis Antetokounmpo grabs the board.
Gotta find easier shots when you're already struggling. That's not gonna get it.
Hey, he's now 6 for 6. He is cooking right now.
And trust me, when the D's slow to react, he'll be the first guy to make them pay.
Yeah, they're gonna do a much better job of putting a little bit of pressure on him on his way to the hoop. I know what they say, defense wins championships, but you need some bucket getters too now.
One shot.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Bucks.
Their offense has been a well-oiled machine. They're moving the ball around, playing for one another, and just piling up assists.
Yeah, they've also worked at pounding the ball inside. They gave them high percentage looks all game, and it's paid off.
Outside Kuminga. Back to Curry. Pass to Moody. 5 to shoot. Kept alive. Stayed with it, but couldn't get it to fall. Milwaukee leading by 22. To the paint. And here's Lopez. He's defended by Looney. It's stolen by Looney. Now here's Curry. Here's Kuminga. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Curry.
That's a fantastic decision by Curry. Defense too focused in on Steph.
And they double up on it to Kumpo. Here's Butler to the wing on the left.
Shine forever. Every time I'm ready, by my time I'm no ready. Think this heaven sent. Be the like me, she can never. Being like you, I can never. I'm with the game forever. Getting fresh forever. Top floor, but we on the 5th level. Getting cash forever. Forever.
And I wanna get forever. And I wanna get forever. And I wanna get forever. Yeah, she's taking a like a queen. I know it's never. But I couldn't be like you, I could never. He said he couldn't be like me, he could never. It's hard to say loyal to you when she looking at me in that way.
Yo, me that like me, you can never. Yo, me that like me, you can never. Yo, me that like her, might never. Yo, shot it right forever.
Another day, another dollar. What's them? Yeah. I be stunting like a big timer. What's them? Yeah. Another night. What's them? Yeah. She give you drama. What's them? Yeah. If you see me, just give me a holler. What's them? Yeah. You need motion, I got all kinds of. What's them? Yeah. If you see me, just give me a holler. What's them? Yeah. If you see me, just give me a holler. What's them? Yeah. My alarm going off, phone keep ringing. and it's money on my mind. Digits on the ceiling, and my pappy know for my know for that just the way it go when you living on the deep end. My little brother like my kids, cause all like daddy missing. We don't get Amber Alerts, we know them living. In my hood, we all the same and got the same story. When I say what's Am, was that just how we say good morning? Another day, another dollar. What's Am? I be stunting like a big timer. What's Am? Another night. What's Am? She give you drama. What's Am? If you see me, just give me a holler. What's Am? You need motion? I got all kinds of. What's Am? If you see me, just give me a holler. What's Am? If you see me, just give me a holler. What's Am? On the party going up, we just getting started in the air. Got these some on my lap. My spidey senses plotting. There's attention across the room from them who's been watching. I'm throwing up the east like it's bad on my stomach. They put a thumbs up like he's hiking in the thunder. In my hood, we all the same, but we all got it popping. When I say what's Am, that mean you doing your thing, partner. Yeah. Another day, another dollar. What's Am? I be stunting like a big timer. What's Am? Another night. What's Am? She give you drama. What's Am? If you see me, just give me a holler. What's Am? You need motion? I got all kinds of. What's Am? If you see me, just give me a holler. What's Am? If you see me, just give me a holler. What's Am?
Gotta be honest to